How often does he get to see your side of the family?
Yeah, here we go again. It sucks that my mum and dad don't get to see him as much. They saw him when he was born,
Right.
and when he was 4, and then they haven't seen him since, so that's 7 years since they've not seen him.
Oh.
We always say Taiwan is so safe, and Taiwanese people genuinely agree with that. They're proud of the fact that they've created, I'm going to cry now because I feel like they've created such a safe country for us to live in. Yeah, sorry, I think I'm pregnant.
All right, so you haven't told me how do you meet new girls.
Have a date. What I've done in the past is I've invited them along to like a friend's hangout.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, did I bring a girl that time? Oh, yeah. She became a good friend.
Who fuck?
No!
Welcome back to Peggy for Show's podcast. Today we have Allan, 英国叔叔 with us.
大家好，大家好。
大家好.
Are we speaking English or 中文?
Of course, English. Oh, can you do Mandarin? Of course, I'm fine with Mandarin.
你可以用中文问我回答用英文，我用英文回答。如果你要听我的中文，你要很努力。
加油，大家加油。
我的中文很奇怪。
真的。可是说真的，目前我在你的频道拍的影片 you look so confused. Like,
对
you're really
对
trying to pay attention to whatever I'm
I need to thank you for that video because it's my third biggest video on my channel.
That's what I'm going to ask you. Is it the biggest one? So it's not.
快到100万。
对啊，这个不是最高的哦。
No， 我阿嬷和高亮是最大的。不好意思。
第二嘞？
第二是我说台湾安全吗？
那个有多长
？120跟110跟你的是97、98。
但是等一下，那个比我的影片多久以前的？
什么意思？
How long ago were those videos before my video was posted?
Like 1 a year. So I think the grandma. So
it makes sense. Give it a little bit more.
Okay,
I'll share it and boost it a little bit.
When it reaches $1 million, I'll take you and London out for dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
$1 million? We're $1 million.
A million views. Sorry.
It'll never be $1 million.
$1 million, I'll take you to Hawaii or something. Yeah.
$1 million. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you don't know Allan, you can find Allan on YouTube. 英国叔叔. He shares a lot of videos about life in Taiwan. Well, actually, that is the name of your
That's the English
channel,
name.
Right?
Then my friend Ku said, you need a Chinese name, bro. And I was like, what should it be? Should it be like 英国兄弟,英国哥哥? He was like,
不是兄弟。
你是叔叔。
对，你是叔叔。
So I was like, okay, bro. So I changed the Chinese name to 英国叔叔. And it gets shouted at me in the street. People are like, 英国叔叔.
对，因为连我们去菜市场都会有人叫你英国叔叔。
对，第50张是我的粉丝的地方。
第50张？
第50场。The fifth market?
Oh, 第50场. 对不起。
This is going to happen a lot if I speak Chinese on the, you're like, huh? And I feel like it's only Mandarin, I know you prefer to say Mandarin. I know it's only Mandarin teachers that actually pick up on my Mandarin and don't understand my Mandarin. My friends who have known me for several years, they get my Mandarin and they understand it. But like, I know a couple of Mandarin teachers and they're like, huh? It has to be perfect if you're speaking to a Mandarin teacher.
Actually, that's something that I got criticized. Not a lot, but remember that video that we made that I interviewed you on the street, the street interview video? And a lot of things that you said, I was like, huh? What?
Oh,
and people criticized me like, come on, it's so easy to understand. What is your problem? What do you not understand?
Yeah, I think Mandarin is quite a flexible language. You can be a bit loose with your tones and you can get away with it, but some people are listening for perfect tones only. Some people are just perfectionists. I don't know what to say.
No, 我真的不是故意的。
Okay.
我真的就是that's my first reaction.
在那部影片你被骂很多耶。
对啊。
因为你骂那个人。
等一下，我没有骂。No,
你没有骂，你就是开玩笑。Yeah, 对。So anyway, yeah.
你有去看留言是不是？
Oh, that's my favorite place to hang out. If I'm in a video, I'm analyzing every single comment to see if someone says anything negative about me. So, yeah, if you comment on Peggy's video or my video, I will definitely read your comment. So,
would you reply normally?
Yeah, if it's something positively critical, is that what the word? Positive criticism, then I'll reply. If it's someone just being an ass or being like rude, then I'll just ignore it. Right. And if someone's complimentary, then I'll generally thank them and be like, be positive back. It's YouTube comments are generally a happy place. I found, but this is something I've noticed, that female YouTubers get a way harder time than male YouTubers, especially in Taiwan.
You think so?
Yeah, I've noticed that women are more criticized for their look or their appearance, and it's not fair. Like, I'm a middle-aged man with a dad bod and a balding head, and no one ever mentions it. When you put on the wrong color eyeshadow or something, you get criticized.
Whenever I gain a little weight, people will start to be like,
"Oh, that's
你最近吃比较好哦."
That's not fair. It's ridiculous.
关你屁事啊.
Yeah, I even hate being told I've lost weight. I just think, what's it got to do with the video? I'm making a video talking about some issue or some comparison between the UK and Taiwan.
And that's the first thing that I mentioned.
And someone's like, English will be solo. I'm like, thanks for noticing, but it's not the point of the video. So yeah.
Then my apology, because that's literally the first thing I mentioned to you
but
today
I know that
when
friends,
I saw you.
For friends, I love it. For friends, it means that you've noticed my paying attention and you care about me. So yeah, but just from a random stranger on the internet, I'm like,
it's really not your fucking business.
干你的屁事.
Oh, 对，没有错，干你屁事。对，没有错。Okay, so a lot of your videos, well, I wouldn't say a lot of, all of your videos are praising Taiwan, talking about how good and how much you love Taiwan.
Okay.
So do you see that as a way to get views in Taiwan?
Yeah, I think it's the positive side of YouTube. The positive side of Taiwan comes through better on YouTube. I do sometimes discuss with my other YouTube friends, like, is it possible that we can just like be completely honest and highlight the negative parts of Taiwan?
Let's be honest today.
Of course, I'm always honest. One thing I do sometimes do is, like, if I go to a restaurant and it sucks or it's really not delicious, I don't put it in the video. It's not that I lie and say like, like every food I eat is delicious or everything I do is great.
You just don't mention it.
Yeah, it's not fair. Like, it's not fair for me to go to a restaurant that's been there for 20 or 30 years and some white guy shows up and he's like, oh, this tofu is not tasty, or this, I don't know, this fang jie dan is that right?
番茄炒蛋啊.
Fang jie炒蛋is too sloppy. Like, then who am I to say that? So I just cut it out and don't in-chang tam the business.
No. Okay. Can I share my different
give me your
point
advice.
of view? So I think a lot of not just YouTuber, a lot of foreigners or also media, they did exactly the same thing as what you're doing with your videos. They don't put the negative parts in, no matter their report or whatever, so they give a wrong perspective, kind of. That people
bias.
People have a wrong idea of how much foreigners love Taiwanese food. But actually, a lot of, of course, me, myself, I love Taiwanese food, but it's the same as going to, no matter Thailand or going to different countries when you're trying different things that you've never tried before. For example, they eat insects. For us, this is still disgusting.
Yeah,
just be honest. And okay, so when, no matter Landon or when his dad, his sister came here, there's definitely something that they find really disgusting, where they just wouldn't think, they would consider those as delicious.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I've gotten used to. And in my videos, I will say, like, 15 years ago, there is no way I would eat this. 15 years ago, I would look at that and say it's disgusting. But over time, just as you would if you were born here, over the years you grow up here or the years you get used to Taiwan, then you become used to the food. And if you don't eat Taiwanese food, then you're missing out. And I do want to say, like, you mentioned your family came here, or Landon's family came here and they didn't like it. My mom and dad didn't particularly like it when they came here. I wasn't a YouTuber at the time.
Right.
So, but if you ask my mom and dad about Taiwan, they think it's just concrete jungle. They think it's freeways and big buildings and sloppy food. But once you get used to it, I share my honest opinion. And again, you talk about promoting a bias or offering like a biased opinion. The restaurants I go to and I say are 4.2 stars out of 5 or 4.5 stars out of 5, then I'm recommending a good restaurant. Maybe I'm not highlighting the bad restaurant so much. And in my new video, which is published today at 6 o'clock, I need to remember to publish it. I went to a 自助餐 and it had 2.1 stars on Google, and I went to check it out and see if it was genuinely 2.1 stars, and the food was freezing cold. And I said, in the comments, it says, the food is cold, and I went there and I was like, it can't be that cold, and I put it in my mouth and it was not ice cold, I should say. We'd say stone cold. It was just stone cold. And I said that in my video, I did say. But again, I balance it out and say, I'm sure they're doing something right. There's some reason why this restaurant hasn't closed down. There's some reason why there's a line of people there. It was cheap. So obviously it's satisfying some people. It was next to the hospital. So again, my Taiwanese friends told me that people at the hospital are kind of in a desperate situation. They're visiting family, or they don't have time to get, so
they won't be too picky.
Yeah, so I was honest there. I think I'm getting more confident with being a little bit honest. I remember before I had 100,000 subscribers, I was petrified of saying the wrong thing. I just wanted to be liked.
Right.
And now, as I've grown a little bit older, a little bit more mature, whether in life or on YouTube, I genuinely feel it's okay to be a little bit more honest. But again, nobody wants to listen to a whinger. Nobody wants to listen to somebody whining on about how bad their life is. If you don't like something, then change it. You know, like don't eat the food. Like I don't want to be that guy. And I generally do like most Taiwanese food.
Yes, I gotta say that you actually have a very high tolerance on Taiwanese food.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I really won't eat is duck blood. It makes me gag. It makes me throw up. Like, it makes me, as soon as it goes in my mouth, that's something about it just makes me want to.
Is there any other things that you don't eat?
Yeah, I just want to go back and just rewind a little bit, because I did eat duck blood once with Eddie in a mala hogwa video. And I think that's the time I ate it and I forgot that it was duck blood. And I said, oh, that's delicious. And I wanted to be positive about it because I knew I couldn't not publish the video. So that is one example of where I've maybe bent the truth a little bit. And the original video is like 3 years before. And someone in the comment section, Allan, what about this? And I went to watch it and I was like, oh my God, I ate duck blood and said it was good. And now it's the one thing that I don't eat.
Did you realize that was duck blood at the moment when you ate it?
Yeah, but then I was with Eddie. I was introducing my British friend to Mala Hogwa. I wanted to be the positive influence and I didn't want to like scare him away. So I was like, oh, it's delicious. You have to try it. And then he ate it and I think he was like, a little bit weird. So yeah, there has been instances where I've kind of bent the truth a little bit.
I think blood is one thing that foreigners really can't take. Like,
yeah,
no matter
I can do
猪
血糕
你可以哦，
超级喜欢。在丰脚也是有一个很有名的，有花生，有香菜。
哦，那你喜欢吃那种像那个盐酥鸡店的烤的那种吗？
Can it depends on the shop. If the shop is clean and like I've been there before and trust it, then I can eat it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really. We eat black pudding in England.
Right.
So it's the same, similar kind of thing, but maybe a little bit different.
Any other things that you don't eat? 你吃
臭豆腐，臭豆腐我可以，臭豆腐 but only fried 臭豆腐。Steamed 皮蛋跟豆腐跟酱油一起吃。蛮好吃. But just eating a 皮蛋,
对
I think it's too salty or too stinky.
它有一个很奇怪的味道.
Yeah.
It has a funny taste.
Yeah. Koo taught me this. I'm going to mention Koo all the time because the only thing me and Koo talk about is YouTube. That's like when we get together, we only talk about YouTube. And he was like, I made a video about introducing different Taiwanese eggs to my family. I took them all back to the UK. And I did the pidan tofu and I got the right soy sauce and the spring onions and everything in it. And then I showed him the video. And in there I gave my family 咸鸭蛋. And he was like, you just gave them 咸鸭蛋? I was like, yeah. He's like, you're supposed to give it in a porridge in 在粥里面. And they didn't like it. And he's like, do you really want to show the Taiwanese audience this wrong way of eating 咸鸭蛋 and then represent Taiwanese food wrong and get in the comments section get criticized? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. And he's the one who showed me, if you're going to do Taiwanese food on YouTube, do it the way Taiwanese people do or you're going to get criticized.
Yeah, people will say like, please, no one eats it like this.
Exactly. And you'll be like, you stupid idiot foreigner, what are you doing giving your family 咸鸭蛋like just with a spoon? And I was like, I just wanted them to try some Taiwanese food and I didn't prepare the porridge, so so yeah. If Taiwanese food is done well, then I generally like it. Yeah. But I'm ready to criticize Taiwan in certain instances, and I think Taiwanese people can take criticism. Like if they agree with you, if they think it's genuinely a problem. Like we always say, Taiwan is so safe, and Taiwanese people genuinely agree with that. They're proud of the fact that they've created. I'm going to cry now because I feel like they've created such a safe country for us to live in. Yeah, sorry, I think I'm pregnant. 有点 emotional. But that's how I feel about it. I feel like when Taiwanese people create a safe country for foreigners to come and live in, because it's true that most of our countries are not safe.
Right.
England is not a safe country anymore. South Africa is crazy dangerous.
Yeah. That's actually one thing that I want to ask you about South Africa.
Yeah, we'll get onto that later. Yeah. Again, if you want to see me cry, just talk to me about William. We'll get into William later.
Yeah, I've got a lot of questions about William. All right, but you still haven't judged tell me one thing that you really can't stand about Taiwan.
And this is going to be a cliche, and it's an easy one to say because Taiwanese people agree with it. The traffic is second world, third world traffic.
Yes.
There's too many people die on the roads here. Like 3,000 people die every year in traffic in Taiwan. 10 people every day on average die in Taiwan on the roads, and they don't even make the news. It's insane. And like when you drive in like on a public bus or something, you've got old people getting on the bus and the driver drives away and the old lady falls down.
They don't even wait till they sit down and they'll just start.
It makes me furious when you see like an old lady getting on the bus and like almost falling down or something.
Right.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone fall over, but they're careful not to do it.
They're trained.
They're trained, yeah. It's like, whereas if that happened in England and a bus driver did that to an old lady, every adult male on the bus and even the women would stand up and be like, hey, you just made that woman fall over or almost fall over. Can you be a bit more careful? The truck drivers are insane the way they drive without paying attention to how big their vehicle is in small roads. The coaches, the Yolancer, the amount of times they go around a bend off the freeway and they fall over and they're not paying attention to how the weight or the center of gravity of their vehicle, just like stuff that they should be trained in. It's ridiculous, and people are passing away all the time. So yeah, but I think I've mentioned this before in my videos, and Taiwanese people will agree with me. They'll say thanks for pointing out our faults. And
it is true, because that's one thing that freaked Landon's sister out this time when she visits. We went to Hohanshan, Alishan, especially on those mountain roads. Those trucks were flying, literally. Yeah. There was at some point that we literally almost hit a truck. Yeah. And the thing is, we were the one that slowed down and we moved to the side. And then the truck didn't even slow down and try to squeeze in that super tiny space. Yeah, I'm sure that the truck drivers, 90% of them are very hardworking, diligent people. But if there's 10% or even 5% of them that are just not paying attention or not respecting how big their vehicle is, it's going to cause problems. The same when you go to Tailuga and you go through that mountain road. They shouldn't allow full-size Yolancer on that road, but they do because they want to boost the tourism or they want to make as much money as they can out of the passengers. So this kind of thing is ridiculous. There's no level of health and safety regarding traffic. Right. I think also because they think they're really familiar with the routes already. Yeah, it's kind of like an arrogance about the drivers in some ways. I know this is, I'm not getting personal with them, but when you see the casualties and stuff, it's something I would happily be scolded for saying if it helps people like pay a bit more attention to their driving and looking after each other on the roads. Is there something that till today that you're still not used to in Taiwan? Not used to? Oh my God. I'm going to sound like such a wuss, like such an easy get out of jail free card. But like the weather is nuts. Like I sweat from February or March to November. Move to Taipei. Problem solved. Yeah, then I'll be wet for the rain. The Taichung weather is like as good as it gets in Taiwan. But it's still uncomfortable, and I'm like a middle-aged, overweight, a little bit guy, and I don't take well to like sweating. And like the amount of videos I've made where I look back at the editing and I've got this like under boob sweat. It's like, oh my God, how can I get one of my biggest videos? I got like 400,000 views. I went to interview my friend at his museum, and I U-biked there for some reason. I don't know why. And my t-shirt is just a mess, and I'm trying to interview my friend. My hair is all sweaty, and it's like, I didn't expect the video to do that well. I was just helping out a friend to promote his business, and for some reason it just got 400,000 views, and people were watching me just sweat. That's one thing I can't get used to. If you're going to talk about Taiwanese people, small talk doesn't exist. People think you're a weirdo if you start small talk, like in 7-Eleven. If you go to the local shop in the UK, you know that person. And you'll say like, how's your family? How's your brother? How's your mom? How's your, or nice weather today, right? Or you say that to the clerks in 7-Eleven, and they're like,
Like they don't know they don't know how to respond.
What do you usually ask them?
Well, no, I'm British, so I like making jokes. So when I buy, like, for example, I'll buy like an ice cream and a pasta, microwave pasta, and they will say 要加热吗? And I will say 这个要冰淇淋不要. And they will go, oh, 当然不要. I'm like, oh, 我开玩笑. And they're like, oh. I'm like, it's funny. I swear that's funny. Like, of course I don't want to microwave my ice cream. Maybe next time I should ask them 两个都要 and see what they do.
Some people do microwave their ice cream.
Come
Turn
on.
it into ice cream soup.
Okay, maybe it was
stupid.
I would little details like that, you know, like
do you small talk with strangers
in Taiwan? Well, I try sometimes, like, but it doesn't go down very well. People are like in the elevator at my building is quite big. There's like 400 apartments or something in that building, so the elevators are always quite busy. And you know, you'll say like you'll say 今天好热, and the person will say 对啊是8月, it's August. They don't just go, yeah, look after yourself, or oh yeah, I went to the park. Like the conversation is just 句点.
对，句点这个很厉害，你会讲句点哇。
Yeah, I'm the opposite of 句点. I will keep a
不是句点，等一下，句点。
什么意思? What did I say? Did I say something wrong?
G-spot.
Oh, 我不知道，我找不到。
句点。
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm good. I'm the opposite of ending sentences. I can keep a conversation going no matter what. If I truly want to keep a conversation going, I will insist.
I personally think it's because you're a foreigner. Because I feel like the ladies from my buildings always try to... Not just one, a lot of them always tried to talk to me.
Oh, really?
So Lennon and I don't think she'll listen to this, but we always call her Kathy.
Oh, okay, that's my mum's name.
Chatty Kathy.
Oh, Chatty Kathy, yeah, Chatty. She's a right chatty Kathy.
So every time when we want to open our door and we heard her door open, we'll just stay in there, wait till her
I don't get that at all. I would love a chatty Kathy in my building. Because I'm a YouTuber, I'm not rushing to work, or often I'm not rushing around. I've got lots of time in the world to kill time. I'd happily take chatty Kathy off your hands. How old is she?
Mid-50, I think.
Yeah, she's single? Come on, Shaw.
She's definitely not her type, but yeah. Okay. So, but I don't know. I think I'm probably like what you said. Like, I just don't do small talks.
Yeah, I feel like Taiwanese people like to keep themselves to themselves most of the time. Like if you look at their social lives and their social interactions, they'll, you know, many of the restaurants you go to have like private dining rooms with the circular table, or, you know, they go drinking, they'll go to KTV and stay in their own little room. Of course, this is not for everybody. You'll find lots of social...
like bars or other like restaurants.
But generally speaking, Taiwanese people like to keep themselves to themselves and don't bother anybody, don't be bothered. So, whereas in my culture, especially from Liverpool and England, we're a social people and we like to make new friends and chat and...
Yes. Last time when we're at the bar, do you usually do this? Okay, so I was making the street interview video, so I was looking for people to interview, and at that time I has already turned off the camera. I've already thought, okay, I'm done for today.
Yeah.
And then, do you know that he actually got really, he got a lot of attention. Andy, that guy that you got me to interview at the bar. Yeah. So we were at the bar.
He spoke Chinese, right? Or Taiwanese?
Yes.
Did he speak Taiwanese?
Both.
Too?
He speaks both.
See, I do watch your videos.
Only that one because he's in there.
Because I was in it.
Yes. So we were at a bar. We're drinking, just having fun. And out of nowhere, Allan came to me. Hey, do you want to interview this guy? I was like, no. And then
really?
he's
like... that's funny, actually. Yeah, I do that. I wouldn't do that if it was my video. I would feel so embarrassed. But you'd come to Taichung. Yeah. You'd come to Taichung and you were looking to make a video. I'd invited some friends and people, and I recruited some people to be in the video.
Yeah, that's a part we don't mention.
Oh no,
it's okay.
It's not. It wasn't like
it's
my
so
friends.
Obvious. I know.
It was like so just people that I know. And yeah, I was like, I want to make your video as good as possible. I want to represent Taichung people as well as possible. So. I went up and asked this guy, and also I'd had a few beers, so I was like socially lubricated enough.
He just went to another table, started to talk to this guy, and then I think you listened to some of his story, and then you just brought him over.
Yeah, was he American?
Yes, he's American.
Yeah,
and then so we just started like the interview.
Yeah,
it went really well.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm happy that video did really well. I was again, I felt like because you're in Taiwan, it's my responsibility to represent Taiwan as well as I can. And
do you know that I'm from Taiwan?
Yeah, of course. That's how you knew the market. The people know who the cameraman was for that video?
Which one?
The video in 第50场.
Oh, no. They don't know who's the camera guy. Yeah.
Are we allowed to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, your brother came and did an absolutely amazing job. Like your brother, he's not a professional cameraman?
Sort of.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he did a really good, and he's got like 1 million view video under his belt now, so he can. Maybe he's got loads. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just thinking. I thought he was just helping.
He can put that video on his portfolio saying that he made.
Well, he can be invited to Hawaii when it makes $1 million.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We'll remember that.
Yeah.
And so are you usually that social? Like you just go to other table and start talking to people after a few beers?
Not even after a few beers. Just like most of the time when I do my work in the daytime, if I'm editing video, I go to a bar called Uptowner. Did we go to Uptowner?
We didn't go, but I know that place, and I go there when I'm in Taiwan.
Yeah, it's like an American diner, coffee, brunch, late night. It stays open until midnight on weekends. So it can be a bar, it can be a coffee shop, and in the daytime I go there and drink. It's 훠coffee. Like you buy one coffee and it's bottomless.
喝到饱.
喝到饱.
对不起.
Okay. So it's $90 for a coffee and you can drink it all day. You can refill. Whereas if you go to Louisa, you have to buy like several cups of coffee.
Right.
Anyway, and the same. When people will come in and have lunch or brunch or start drinking early, and I'll enter their conversations and just represent Taiwan as well as I can and try to, if I hear someone asking a question, like, is there any bowling alleys around here?
So if you accidentally overhear someone, you would join their conversation.
Yeah, it's a bar. It's a social interaction place. If you don't want to have people have a conversation with you, then sit at a table or sit in a booth. When you're actually at the bar tie.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't like walk into like a conversation at a table or a chairs. It's only when people are at the bar, like it's like a public discussion place.
Gotcha. And so since we talked about drinking, why did you quit drinking?
I'm getting a bit older. I've been to see the doctor. The doctor's doing some exams. I've got some symptoms that are not conducive for drinking. So I didn't quit drinking. I just stopped drinking until my doctor gets back to me and says what's wrong with me. I've got some problems, but I don't want to say too much because it might be nothing. So
right.
It's easy for me. It's easy to quit drinking. If I want to quit drinking, I'll
quit
drinking.
It
so easy? I'm not like everyone thinks I'm some alcoholic or something.
Yes.
No way. I just like it.
Sassed by the person who starts drinking at 3 p.m.
3 p.m. That's late for a Sunday. Like on a Sunday, it will be like 11:30.
Exactly.
I just like it. But if I don't want to do it, then I don't do it. It's simple as that. Me and Prozzy have this conversation on our podcast, and he was like, "You're amazing. Like, if you don't want to do something, you just don't do it. If you want to lose weight, you just do it. If you want to quit." Like I was dating a girl like in 2021 or 2020 over about a year. And she was like, I think you drink too much. I was like, okay, I'll stop. So I just stopped. Simple as that. And it was like, it didn't bother me at all. The only thing it bothers me is like, I just have more money, so I buy more food and get fatter. So actually, that's not true.
Do you have a problem like that right now? Like after you quit drinking, you just start to eat more?
No. I was being a little bit facetious. I was kidding. But yeah, I just there's no negative impact on when I quit drinking. Of course, it's a healthy thing, but I just don't do it. But then if I don't know why this came to my mind, but if I go to a funeral or something now, and there's a wake and we're celebrating someone's life, I will have a drink. I'll have a beer for that person. I'm not like anti-alcohol or like quitting drinking permanently. Or if a sponsor wants to come along and sponsor me to drink their delicious beer, then of course I'll drink.
Whiskey?
Or whiskey or Gauliang. I've worked with a couple of Gauliang companies before and whiskeys. So yeah, it's not that I've quit drinking. I just stopped until I feel I want to do it again. Simple as that.
Okay. Yeah, because when yesterday you told me, I haven't been drinking for almost a month, right?
Over a month, yeah.
Surprised me. And then, so I told him, I was like, hey, I have another video to make after your episode, but if it's not too late for you, we can go have the dinner.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, but I'm a vegetarian now.
I was like,
what happened to you, Allan? What happened?
Yeah, I guess when you look at it like that, it sounds rather drastic that I've suddenly quit booze and quit meat. Mm-hmm. The booze is just temporary, and the diet is just for a video. I did last year. I filmed 24 hours vegetarian, introduced 3 or 4 different vegetarian restaurants, and the comment section was great. The video did really well. The comment section was like, "You should do this for a week or a month." So I'll do it. I'm just doing it for a week.
How many days have you done?
今天是第二天.
Do you find it hard?
No, super easy. Taiwan is great for vegetarians, and it's normal.
Yeah.
Every vegetarian restaurant I've been to has been packed. Whereas in England, I know the vegetarian restaurant is like, no one goes to the vegetarian restaurant, or like the vegetarian option on the menu is like at the bottom, and it's like.
Is it considered to be more like a bougie thing?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe I'm out of touch a little bit. Maybe it's different in the UK now, but like 15 years ago when I was there, it was not fashionable or cool to be vegetarian. It was like they're weird, they're vegetarian. But in Taiwan, it's completely normal.
Yeah.
What percentage of the population would you say is vegetarian in Taiwan?
15?
Oh my God, 14%. Yeah, you nailed it. 3 million vegetarians in Taiwan.
Because even restaurants, a lot of restaurants will have some vegetarian options for people who don't eat meat.
Yeah. But like that's, we're 5th in the world when it comes to terms of population density of vegetarians.
Huh.
Yeah, like India is like 20%. Then a couple of other Buddhist countries, or is it Muslim or some other religious reasons. But Taiwan is the 5th in the world, yeah.
Huh, interesting.
You can watch my video and find out more.
Okay, I will. And question, how do you meet new people?
Do you mean new people or new girls?
Both.
Oh, okay. New people, I meet a lot of fans. People will message me and be like, "Hey, Allan, me and my family are in town on Saturday, in Taichung on Saturday." Like, I reply to everyone on Instagram. If you message me on Instagram and it goes to my message requests, within a few days, I'll check my message request and I'll reply and have a chat with you. Like, I love it. I love me. And you meet out of 100 people.
Have you ever slept with a female fan?
No, come on. Have I? Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, if someone DM you and that's a girl, you reply her, you guys went out, and do you think it's possible if something goes on?
I'd say it's possible. I've definitely met up with female fans, but male fans too. But like, if there's no chemistry, then it's not going to work anyway. I'm not that kind of person that would do that anyway. I don't.
Does it ever happen that there's chemistry between you and any female?
Okay.
Well, don't consider them as fans, but maybe just like followers, where people who watch your
videos. The girl that I was dating for a year, that's how we met. And she came from a different city. I won't say which city, but she's not going to watch this. Right. She hates my guts now.
Well, you don't know. Maybe she likes me.
I know. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know she doesn't like me. But yeah, we made like a nice relationship for like maybe 6 months to a year, and that started through Instagram. So it is possible. But you have to be careful with who you invite into your life anyway, whether you're a YouTuber or an accountant. You have to be careful. But yeah, like me and Prozzy get fans message us all the time. We have Patreon where our like VIP fans or like the paid for fans get extra content, and they'll happily message us and say, "Yeah, I'm in town. Do you want to meet up for lunch or something?" And they're so nice. But touch wood, like so far so good. We haven't had any weirdos, not had any baby reindeers.
That's what I just want to ask you. Has it ever turned weird or awkward?
I don't want to tell someone else's story, but Prozzy's got a banger story from a guy that showed up. Yeah,
I've heard that stalker thing.
Yeah, he got really a little bit worried one time, but I'll let him tell that story when you have him on the podcast. If you ever do. if he ever gets big enough to come on Peggy's podcast.
If he can speak Mandarin, that'll be easier for me, because I need to figure this episode out. Like, how do I do all the English and Mandarin subtitles? That'll be easier for my audience. No.
麻烦。
不会啊，这是一个新的尝试。
对，我觉得你的英文可以啊，你的英文访问风格很好。
谢谢。
Is that right?
Yeah, style, right?
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Do you know every person that I tell, like if I tell one of my, especially female friends, I'm going to meet Peggy, then they're like, oh my God, I love her voice.
Aww.
我很喜欢她的口音 I'm like, okay, it's a bit weird. Like,
口音还是声音 voice or pronunciation? Accent?
Your voice, the sound of your voice, I think. Yeah. And then Ku said you were like, you said something once on bilingual that got you famous. Something about bilingual schools.
Oh, 双语学校.
双语学校 something. I didn't
How
know
do you
this.
pronounce 双语学校?
双语学校. 双语学校.
双语学校.
I don't understand what's wrong.
I don't see what's wrong. 你有觉得很奇怪吗？我现在讲很正常，对不对？双语学校。
No, you think?
笑屁笑。
Yeah, it's like
场外现在的人已经笑得很开心，我真的不知道问题在哪里。
I have a few friends that mock me about the way I say 猪血糕. 猪血糕.
猪血糕正常啊。
Yeah, but I think I learned it how to say it properly because I used to say 猪血糕. 猪血糕. Oh, 猪血糕. I used to like sing it out a little bit.
猪血糕.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, so you haven't told me how do you meet new girls?
At the bar. In the bar, like me and Prozzy, even though Prozzy doesn't drink, I've only stopped drinking for a month. We haven't really been out that much. But even Prozzy enjoys the bar atmosphere. So we still go out together. He'll sit and watch me drinking and he'll drink his Coke.
I saw the video that you guys celebrated his birthday and you guys were all drinking and he's just drinking like some non-alcoholic.
Yeah, he drinks Red Bull or
drink.
Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's the opposite of me. We are really like yin yang. And that's why we get on so well together. He will sit in silence at a bar and just play his phone or talk to me only. And then I'll be the one that just like introduces people or makes connections with people. And
that's one thing that I'm really curious. Like, then why does he still like to hang out but not talking?
He's a special individual. That's all I can say. He's very special.
I know, because last time we were in Kaohsiung.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't there.
No, I didn't go down.
That was Glory.
Okay.
Yeah, we were with Glory and Prozzy, so we were at the bar, and he was also.
She is going to be so happy you've said her name on the podcast. She loves you. She loves you so much.
So we were at the bar,
yeah,
and then he was just quiet, watching. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and that was the time that he started not to drink.
Really? It's been almost 2 years since he didn't drink. Yeah.
That was just last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's my best mate, and we match because we kind of balance each other out. And
so that girl that you had a date with
on my YouTube channel, I talked
recently,
about it?
Yes, that you went to Ding Tai Fung, the one that you were calculating how much that you spent a week.
Yeah.
Where did you meet her?
Bumble on the app. Yeah. It's funny because I use Bumble. Like, I have phases when I get a bit lonely. And I'll go on Bumble and have a little swipe around. And then I'll find people will screenshot my profile. And they'll be like, Allan, someone is using your profile. I'm like, yeah, it's me. Did you swipe right? They're like, oh, so.
Did you get recognized a lot?
Yeah, it sucks a little bit because people will be like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, hey, I'm fine. How are you? Like, where do you? I don't know. You start the usual you know what it's like. You're on Bumble a lot. I'm kidding.
I was.
Oh, really? You were? Okay,
yeah.
That's fair enough. So you know what it's like then. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
But the conversations are usually always the same. Like, what do you do? Where do you live? What do you do for fun? And that's like you go through that process. But like when someone says, "Oh, 你是英国叔叔，我很喜欢你的影片."
Do you stop replying when people say
I'm
that?
like, oh, okay. So you already know everything about me. You know that I'm my job. You know my family. You know where I'm from and all this. So I don't really enjoy that much getting recognized on there.
Do you usually pick someone who doesn't know who you are?
Well, to be honest, I don't really date people from there. Usually it's just a conversation and then it's like, yeah, we should hang out. And then it's like, yeah, let's make a plan. And then you just never make the plan. But,
really?
Nah, most of the time. I've probably in however long I've been using Bumble, I've probably met like 3 or 4 girls off Bumble. Like that's usually if I meet.
That's how many people I meet in one weekend.
Oh really? Wow, 你很忙欸. Yeah, I don't really. Either I don't have time. Like people will be like,
"What? Surprise!"
Yeah, really. I'm not. You gotta. I work all the time. Like, and then if I do have a date, what I've done in the past is I've invited them along to like a friend's hangout.
I know.
Yeah. How did I bring a girl that time? Don't say her name, but I can't remember.
A short hair girl.
Oh yeah. She became a good friend.
Who fuck?
No. Oh my God. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Okay.
Well, Michael.
I'm just making sure. Making sure.
Oh my God, I'm gonna blush now. You made me cry. You made me blush. What else? I'm gonna pee my pants.
I just want to make sure.
No.
That she can be a friend who.
No. That was just oh my, I don't want to embarrass her if she watches this. But like, what I will do is if I think want to invite a girl out, I'll invite her with my friends. And then if the conversation is awkward or kakada, is that right? Can you say the conversation
kakada?
Then we can just interact with each other and friends can ask her questions and stuff. It's not like sitting in silence, eating in a formal restaurant, this kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, it's...
Have you brought that girl to meet any of your friends?
Well, that day, which girl? The girl that was there last time?
No, the girl that you've recently...
Oh, yeah, that was the original question, yeah. Yeah, she met up with my friends and we hang out and we went to restaurants together.
Did she know what do you do? Or does she know?
She knows now, but she didn't know at first.
She didn't think it's weird that you're filming yourself while eating?
Oh, she knew then.
Ah, okay.
But she didn't know in the Bumble chat.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. And I told her I wouldn't film her face at all.
Right. Did you tell her that you share her messages?
Yes, I told her, and she I asked her before I published it, and she said, "Yeah, it's fine. Just don't say my name and don't publish anything. Don't publish my face."
Right.
Which is the first time I've done that, and it was.
That is why I was surprised.
Yeah, I think that I'm not sure that video did very well.
Because I really don't remember that you've ever shared any girls.
I thought it was a nice story for the video. It was like I'm gonna spend a week tracking my food as a single guy. So the dating in that week I went on, and we dated for a couple of months maybe, but then it just turned out that like her. I shouldn't say too much. It's not her. It's not her business. But it didn't. It just didn't work out. But we're still friends. We still message. She went overseas. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think the fact that William is visiting will affect your dating life?
No, not really. Because I don't really date that often. I would say. He's going to be here for a little over 3 weeks, and I will be thinking of only.
Oh. He's only here for 3 weeks.
Yeah, the plan is maybe to bring him back next year when he finishes elementary school. He's only coming for a visit this time.
Okay.
Yeah. He's in elementary school in South Africa where they finish elementary school at the end of grade 7. And their academic year is from January to December, not from September to September. So it's a little bit logistically difficult to figure it all out. Plus, Mummy is a little bit apprehensive about moving to Taiwan because she's worried about William's Chinese level, or she's worried about lots of different things, as a mummy should do.
But then why does she want to move here? I thought you mentioned...
Safety. Safety is getting a bit ridiculous in South Africa. They've had their house broken into or attempted to broken into like 3 times.
Wow.
Her dad was hijacked with a gunpoint. For me, I know it's you're shocked to hear it, but it happens all the time in South Africa. Every day people get hijacked, and like when I'm driving, she'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm stopping at the red light." She's like, "Don't drive so quickly to the red light. You have to wait. Like if you see the light's going to change, then you judge it so that you're moving when it changes to green." All of this kind of stuff. Don't sit on your phone in the passenger seat because they'll smash the camera. They'll smash the window to steal your phone.
Right. But I thought you guys did a filming in the car.
Yeah,
me
and
William drive, and then you just put a camera.
Yeah.
Wasn't that dangerous, actually?
Certain locations are more dangerous than others. You'll get around the city centers and stuff. It's really dangerous. It's crazy. We don't even go to the city center. We wouldn't go there.
Why? Is it dangerous?
Because we're white.
There? Oh.
You would just be in trouble. You just don't do it.
Are the schools safe
The private
kids.
schools are safe. Yeah. William's in like a really good school. He's in an Afrikaans school, so his first language is Afrikaans. He speaks English. It's really cute. Like I went to see an English speaking competition that he was in, and there's only 2 people in the English speaking competition because all the other kids just don't speak English. And the other the girl who's competitor, is her second language is English too, but she won. And William was standing there with his hands in his pockets, and he was like doing something like with his face. And we said to him, "What were you doing? What were you doing with your hands?" And he was like, "I was giving her the finger." I was like, "You don't do that." He's like, "I didn't let anyone see." I was like, "Okay." He was like so pissed off that he didn't win the. But I was like, "You're second place."
Yeah, because there are only 2
people. Yeah.
What is the language that his mom speaks to him?
Afrikaans. A little bit like Dutch. Like a simplified Dutch version.
Okay, so for people who don't know, Allan has a son.
Yeah, he's
who's
11.
living in South Africa right now with his mom.
Yeah, he was born in Taiwan and lived here until he was 4 years old when he then started like reception or elementary school. And we kind of made a decision based upon several factors that his mom wasn't very comfortable here. We didn't want him to grow up with the pressures of a Taiwanese elementary school kid.
That is very true.
Which
that is actually the pressure that a lot of my kids have right now. Like,
yeah,
because I'm teaching some elementary school kids.
Oh, really?
Yes, they have a lot of pressure, just like test after test.
Yeah, a lot of people recommended like forest schools. Have you heard of the experiment?
Yeah.
Everyone has their own opinion. Like, I would happily teach William at home. This is gonna anger so many Taiwanese people. I don't care if he's got. Oh, that's such a naive opinion for a dad to have. I just care that he's happy.
Why do you think that'll anger a lot of Taiwanese parents?
Because they care so much about education and think that good education is what makes a good future. Like, you go to a good kindergarten so you can go to a good elementary school. You go to a good elementary school so you can go to a good junior, then senior, then university, and then you can get a good job and you can earn money to look after your parents. It's like a big cycle that goes around. Whereas I just want William to be happy and safe. And if it was 100% up to me, then he would have stayed in Taiwan, and we'd have found a way to make it work, and I'd have just let him study, relax in a relaxed environment. But it didn't work out like that.
Are you looking for a bigger place?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when William comes, I'll move. Yeah. But then his mum's family or his mum's friends or her life is in Hsinchu, so she will live in Hsinchu. William will probably stay with her.
There's an international school there?
Yeah, we're
American
hoping.
school in Hsinchu.
Yeah, we're hoping that his mum can get a job. She's a fully qualified teacher. She's still studying. She's doing like a master's in education.
I don't think it'll be hard for her because there are a lot of engineers' kids who, a lot of engineers want like good education for their kids, so they're actually looking for like foreign tutor or
but what I mean is I want her to get a job in the international school, so that we can get a discount off the insanely high tuition fees. Like, I can probably afford it, but I don't want to. I would rather afford half of it.
Right.
So yeah, if anyone is in an international school, wants a really great, enthusiastic, bubbly, blonde, white teacher.
Did you mention blonde?
Well, it definitely helps her.
Oh,
it definitely helps her. I think I'm not going to sell her down the river.
You think for her resume, she'll put in blonde?
No, but the reason I say that is because her English she describes her own English as delicious. She says, my English is delicious. Because it's very special. Like, she'll make some mistakes here and there with her English speaking, but her appearance and her vivality, is that a word? Her vivaciousness. She's just impressive as a teacher, especially for elementary school kids. She's full of energy. She's like the blonde just makes her stand out, is what I mean. So and I think she did so well in teaching in Taiwan because of her appearance as well as her energy and her ability as a teacher.
What does she teach right now?
Nursery kids in South Africa. Okay. She actually teaches in quite a high level private school, but the salaries over there are like 25% of what you would earn in Taiwan.
Oh.
Yeah, like, I mean, she as a kindergarten teacher in Hsinchu, and before she left, I think her salary would have been like 60, 70 plus K. And it's not even close to that in South Africa. So, and you work way harder in South Africa, and you're in danger, and you've got to battle through traffic and all of this. She sacrificed her own career at the moment for William's education.
Yes. Do you enjoy the life living here without the responsibility of taking care of your kid?
That's a really loaded question because of course not. Of course, if I could choose, I would rather have the responsibility of William waking up next to me and driving him to school every day and getting dinner prepared for him and that kind of stuff. Of course, I miss that and I want that and I can do that. But on the other hand, of course, if you ask any dad that's in that situation, any father that's like 7 days a week, got his kids, like the pressure of looking after the kids, disciplining them when mum says go speak to your father or the kids have done something. If you ask those fathers, they would love a day off. They would love a day like I have where I can go to the coffee shop, go to the pub, go to the bar, or go for a restaurant with my friends. So I'd be naive to say, oh no, I'm so sad every day, I miss my son. That would be a little bit disingenuous. But of course, if you ask me to choose which life I would choose William to wake up with me every day of the week, of course. But international family, parents who got divorced, it's not that easy. And I have to say that to some of my viewers that are probably watching this, they are also single dads or from broken families. It sounds really dramatic when I say from a broken family, but divorced parents, they totally get me when I talk about it. They say like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you get through each day without seeing your kid, but there's just literally no choice. I can't work in South Africa.
Why?
Well, I don't have a visa. White South Africans can't get a job there. Yeah, I would have to work illegally.
Then how does his mom work there?
Well, she's qualified as a teacher. She's a qualified teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, she studied education, whereas, but I'm British, right? I'm not South African.
I know.
Yeah, so like I can't get a visa. I can't get a job there. So I remember like one of her friends when we were in South Africa in 2007, 2008, and we went to a music festival when we were so young. Like, oh my God, to think about that music festival, that was crazy. We got so drunk. We were rolling around on the floor drunk.
Oh my God.
But we were speaking to one of her friends that works in a music shop, like HMV or this kind of like audio CD shop. This is a long time ago when there used to be record shops. His salary was 3,000 Rand a month, which is 6,000 NT for a full-time job. And I was like, how do you survive? And he's like, well, I live with my parents and I don't need, just have to put gas in my car. And that was how they.
Okay, sorry to ask this. What is her race?
Huh?
What is her race?
What do you mean?
Is she white or?
Oh, white. It was a white guy.
Oh, that's a he.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's like it's the country. South Africa is screwed up. South Africa is broken. Has
William ever had a hard time with you and your ex-wife separating?
No, he thinks it's just some mummies and daddies live together and some mummies and daddies don't live together and some daddies live in other countries. He's the proudest son you could imagine. Like he goes to a private school or like a really like a decent level school. And he said the teacher was his mum, he used to go to his mum's school for kindergarten. That's where it happened, this actually. And one of the teachers, his teacher told his mum, oh, it was so cute today. We were talking about what mummies and daddies do for work. And one kid stands up and says, oh, my mum's a teacher. And another kid stands up and says, my mum's a doctor. And William stands up and says, my dad's a YouTuber. And all of the kids went, whoa! Like, that made me feel like I'm doing the right thing just by making my son proud as punch. So he's amazing. And then his mum said to me, like, she can't believe it. Every time we don't see each other, usually it's like 6 months to 12 months between visits.
Right.
She's like, as soon as he sees you, it's like you've never been away. She's always worried that he's going to be a little bit shy or awkward or like there's going to be some tension between us. But she's like, as soon as you two are together, you're just like back in sync, back into the way of being like together. And it's like, but that's we play a lot of computer games online. We play online games. We phone each other like at least every other day, sometimes every day, sometimes 3 times a week.
Yeah. One of my favorite video of yours is when you surprised him after the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
That video made me cry when I saw that you didn't get to see him for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for people who don't know, and you should definitely go to Allan's channel to check out that video. Very, very touching that he surprised William, because William didn't know that he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And he just showed up at that was a park or a playground.
Yeah, I can still hear it the way he said it when he says,
yeah,
Daddy.
Yes.
So cool.
So, and he was just playing the slides, and once he got out from that slide and you were there.
Yeah, he knew I was coming, but he didn't know I was coming that day. He thought I was coming another day.
Did he cry?
No, I don't think so. He cries. He's emotional. He does cry easily.
Just like you.
Yeah, definitely. He gets that from me. His mum too. We're both like emotional wrecks. But yeah, that was amazing. That was so good. And that video is something I'm so happy that I made.
That's one of my favorite videos of yours.
Yeah, I told you if you talk about William, then the tears will start flowing.
Especially that video.
Yeah, it's very emotional.
Because even just watching that really made me cry.
Yeah, a lot of people commented saying that's a beautiful video.
It is.
And it's something that will live forever. Like that's one of the things I love about being a YouTuber. And I love filming my family. Like I said earlier, one of my most popular videos is my grandma drinking gaoliang. And of course, one day when she passes away in 20 years' time, when she's 100 and whatever years old, our family will have that forever. Like not just photos, a video, an edited video, produced video of grandma drinking a Taiwanese alcohol, which will be so like revered when people are long gone.
Have you ever worried about the privacy problem? Because like from your video, don't you think it's easy for people to guess where you live? Like you film so much about the surrounding, the environment.
But again, if I lived in the UK or if I was doing some controversial content, then maybe. But come on, who's going to come to my house and try to kill me for saying?
Not to kill you, but like I wouldn't say stalk you, but just I don't know.
Yeah, if you ask Prozzy this, he will tell you.
I know, I've heard
his story is a little bit different, but
I've heard. Yeah,
maybe I should be a little bit more careful, but it is what it is. Like if someone wants to stalk me, they can try their best. No, I'm not. No, don't. Please don't. I just think I'm just a normal person. Why would anyone want to stalk me?
So, not to make you cry, but what is William's thought on moving to
Taiwan? He's super excited. Excited. Yeah, he loves.
Does he know that there's no rugby and people don't play hockey here?
Yeah, he knows. I mean, he's not the best rugby player or the best hockey player in the world anyway. So he tries anything. It's
not about whether he likes it or not, but whether it doesn't matter whether he's good at it or not. But it's more about he enjoys it, and he needs to be able to do the activities. That
he will try anything. He will try anything that he puts his hand to. So if we want to take him to play badminton, he will enjoy playing badminton or ping pong, or something that's more prevalent in Taiwan. If I told him there's no Wi-Fi or there's no Nintendo Switch, then maybe he will reconsider. At Christmas time, we're flying to England for Christmas.
Right. That's actually one thing I want to ask you. How often does he get to see your side of the family?
Yeah, this is what sucks. This is what I feel more guilty for than I do about myself. I made decisions in my life, and me and his mum made decisions that mean I don't see William as often as possible. But those decisions were not made by my parents, William's grandparents. Yeah, here we go again. It sucks that my mum and dad don't get to see him as much. They saw him when he was born,
right,
and when he was 4. And then they haven't seen him since, so that's 7 years since they've not seen him.
Oh,
which sucks. And they FaceTime, and he sends them videos on their birthdays and stuff, and he knows all about their life and he knows what they do. But
so he's meeting them this Christmas.
Yeah, he's just coming with me. His mum won't come, so we're going to spend the whole of December in England.
Does South African has the same Christmas as
but it's
UK?
summer. It's that's their summer holidays. So they actually have a longer holiday. They have like 6 weeks holiday over December and January. But he's flying.
I know that question sounds dumb, but just because Russian has a different Christmas, so I just don't want to assume that every country has the same.
It's Christmas. A completely different vibe, and like they're on the beach having barbecues, but it's still Christmas. But he's going to fly from Joburg to Dubai by himself, and I'll meet him in Dubai, and then
Is
we'll
that
fly.
the first time that he's flying on his own?
And his mum is having kittens. His mum is worried sick about it. William is just worried that there's Wi-Fi on the plane. He can charge his Nintendo Switch on the plane. I'm like, bro, you just have to sit on there for 8 hours and eat food.
But he has to find the gate and where to
No.
transfer.
You pay a chaperone. You pay like a fee to the airline, and they have like a chaperone. We'll do that for him.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll make sure he's got a GoPro, so he's filming it all, and we're going to get 1 million views on William's first time traveling across the world. So yeah, he'll be fine, and I'll meet him in Dubai, and then we'll fly to England together. And
that's going to be a really interesting video.
Yeah, of course. I'm really. I mean, it sucks a little bit that everything has to be a video, but it's when you have the opportunity to get views, you don't miss it. And he's looking forward to coming to Taiwan this time and editing his own video. I'm going to teach him how to edit video and how to.
That's going to be a really good bonding time between you two.
Yeah, I was.
And you can start using him as a child laborer. Okay, edit this part.
He's going to work. He's not coming to Taiwan to visit. He's coming to work and make views. 英国小孩第一次
那叫什么？童工，
对啊。
Like child labor.
Yeah, he's super excited about traveling, and he's
not worried about leaving his friends or anything.
I don't think so. I mean, he has some really good friends. There's a group of 4 of them. He's got 3 good friends that they do everything together, and they're very close. So we'll have to negotiate that. But you know, he'll make friends in Taiwan.
Yeah, that is true.
Kids do it all the time. Yeah. I got some good messages from some people that have done the similar thing, like when they came to Taiwan as teenagers or as young kids, and they told me these are the things you need to worry about. Be careful that he doesn't fall into the wrong crowd, or right. Because if he struggles at school, then he'll get all of this kind of stuff. We'll negotiate, and we'll get through it. It's part of being an international family. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything in the world. You know what I mean? Like, if I could go back to 2006 when I met his mum and not meet her, I would still meet her.
Where did you guys meet?
In London, in Hemel Hempstead. She was in a hotel. She worked in the same hotel that I was working in, and. Yeah, we hit it off immediately, and then we were great boyfriend and girlfriend, good husband and wife, terrible parents together. We just disagreed on everything, so it just didn't work out. But yeah, that's life. Everyone's been in a situation that didn't work out. Yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen. Yeah,
but I wouldn't change it for the world. William is always meant to be in my life, and he still is. So he still will be for a long time.
Okay, last thing. How do you pronounce Mai?
In Taiwanese? Mai.
Okay, there you go. Because it was so painful for me to hear you say Mai.
Oh, Mai. I always get it confused with ant. Like it sounds like a
saying ant. I think it's Mai.
Mai tang.
Moayu.
Is it?
Moayu.
Moayu. I thought it was Moai.
Some people say Moai. Even Taiwanese have different accents.
Oh, really?
Like Moayu. Some people do you know how to say apple?
Pinguo. Oh, in Taiwanese? Bingo.
No, some people say lingo. Some people say pongko. So there are different ways to say
interesting.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Moayu. My family say Moayu.
Moayu.
Okay, some people say Moai.
Okay. Moai tang.
Okay, yeah, better.
菜中很有名的
Moayu tang.
Moayu tang.
William has a wish list, right?
Yeah.
There's one thing that he really wants you to do when he moves here.
Yeah.
Is at the Universal Studio in Japan.
Yeah, we're going in June.
Really?
Yeah, it's already booked. William is super psyched for Japan. I've got a series of videos planned for when he's here, and my friend Ku helped me plan out the videos, and he was like...
And he bought him the ticket.
Of course, yeah. I always forget that.
So sweet of him for doing that.
He's a bro, man. He's I've got his name tattooed on my finger. That's for Ku. And
Really?
Yeah. I was.
Were you drunk?
No. I was getting tattoos for another friend. This one is for another friend. And
there's not one for Prozzy?
Well, if Prozzy gets tattoos, if Prozzy was a tattoo kind of person, Prozzy doesn't understand the relevance of tattoos. He thinks he doesn't care about anything enough to get tattoos.
Right.
But I was getting tattoos anyway, and I phoned Ku, and I was like, bro, I want to get a K for Ku on my body, and you can choose anywhere, but just not on my face. And he was like, okay, I choose your finger. because every time you edit a video, you can think of me when you're clicking on the mouse pad. But anyway, yeah, he said make sure William learns some Chinese before he comes here, so he can, like, in videos he can impress the Taiwanese people. So I told William go learn some Mandarin. And then I phoned him, William, like a week later, and I'm like, are you learning any Mandarin? He's like, no, I'm learning Japanese. Konnichiwa. Gozaimasu. And I was like, what? Why are you learning? We're only going to Japan for 3 days. He's like, yeah, but I want to meet Mario. I want to meet Harry Potter and speak Japanese. So yeah, he's super psyched for Universal Studios. Me too. It's going to be great.
That's cute.
And it's the first. His mum, God bless her soul, is going to be petrified for 3 days because I'm taking him to Japan without her. She can't get a visa for Japan. So it's going to be me and my boy just traveling to Japan by ourselves. It's going to be epic.
So they're visiting for 3 months?
3 weeks. Just 3 weeks.
Right. 3 weeks.
So just
fingers crossed.
Yeah, everything will be fine. It's going to be fun.
I believe so. Right, then thank you. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm really impressed with your studio. I'm impressed with your podcast, of which I watch every single one, which everyone should anyway. Yeah. But I'll definitely watch this one. And I think I didn't say anything to get myself in trouble, right?
No, I don't think so. Even if there's one, we won't edit it out.
Okay,
so
we'll
thank
see.
you.